Hello everyone and welcome back. And this will be your general weekly reading for the sign of Leo for the week of October 31st to November 6th of 2022. And I hope everyone's doing well. I would also like to thank everyone who has given my channel a thumbs up, as well as a very special thank you to those of you who have subscribed and left comments. Thank you very much for doing that. It is greatly appreciated. All right, Leo. And your first card out is the Seven of Rods. So standing your ground, defending your ideas, thoughts, and processes. You know, maybe if somebody's decided to poke their nose in your affairs and you're just telling them, nope, not having none of it. You don't get a say in this matter, and you're just going forward for yourself, you know. Maybe for some reason people are jealous of you. Maybe, you know, you have a little bit more in your life than what they have, or they just like what you have. That happens too. And the Five of Pentacles. All right. So, you know, maybe you've had a little bit of bad luck here in the last little while. Maybe you had some financial losses. Maybe something broke down on you and you had to get it fixed. That sort of thing. Could be a car, fridge, all kinds of things pop up in our lives. Or you might have had to take a little bit of time off because, you know, you were ill, or somebody that you're with was ill and you were taking care of them. You know, the possibilities are endless, but, you know, and perhaps you're worrying a little bit more than necessary this week to do with your finances. So you're setting yourself up to worry needlessly. Try not to do that to yourself. And the Queen of Swords. So clarity, cutting through. Maybe you're figuring out this week that, you know, there's a few things that I want to do with myself, and you're facing it, you know, good, bad, or indifferent, and you're just going to figure out what you have to do to move forward for yourself. You know, maybe you've been recently tempted to, you know, do something not so nice, and you're changing your mind, of course. You know, you just decided that I'm just going to talk to them. I'm going to say what I got to say. And that's that. Yeah. And the Eight of Swords. So most definitely feeling a little bit held back, whether this is because you want to be, or you just don't want to make a decision. You don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to make people unhappy, that sort of thing. It does happen, but you're realizing that it's not doing you any good this week. You know, you only can sacrifice so much after a while. So you're going to take the blinders off and say, I'm going to just, you know what, I'm going to do what I need to do this week to set myself happy and free. So you're going to take the blindfolds off and accept what's the fate is and just move forward. You know, you're not willing for it to hold you back anymore. So that's a good step. And the Death card. So most definitely cutting some people out of your life, letting some stuff go. You know, could be, you know, a friend, a relative, just something in your past that you've decided that, you know, it had to happen that way because it taught me this, and now I'm accepting it so that I can move forward going on with my life. You know, it's never fun to look back sometimes on some things when they go wrong, but it stops us from repeating them. And the Six of Cups. So a little bit of nostalgia, looking back on your past. Maybe you've ran into an old friend, or you found a letter or something that, or a person that reminded you of somebody else, and you're just sort of going down memory lane. Or maybe you've, you know, heard from a relative you haven't heard from for a long time. And yeah, you just spending a little bit of time in memory lane, and that's okay. It's always nice sometimes to just think about where you grew up or childhood, or ever wonder, you know, whatever happened to that other person, sort of thing. And the Two of Pentacles. So doing a little bit of juggling. trying to keep everything in your life peaceful, flowing, and happy. Easier said than done, you know. People, places, and things. And for others of you, you know, this could be people, you know, you looking at you like, you know, you're always clowning around. You always look like you have, you know, you can't really make those decisions because you're always afraid to do stuff. So, and we all do that. We're all guilty of that. And this is the time that you're, you know, trying to not drop the ball, but you're still trying to keep everybody happy. But you have to take care of yourself first. Yeah, definitely feeling burdened with the 10 of Rods. Maybe you've started a business for yourself, or, you know, got a higher position in a job. And unfortunately, they've put a few more things on the plate than what was anticipated, or a few more, you know, and you're tired of it. So now you're learning to not accept that anymore and delegate. You know, if a person's been taking advantage of you for a while, you're just sort of going, okay, you know what, this is your turn. You own this. You take care of this. And that's good for you. And the Ace of Swords. So most definitely clearing the air. You know, taking your stance, doing what you got to do. You know, if you were feeling like you were being held back a little bit, you know, you're not going to just stay there. You're preparing yourself to step forward. You know, you're clearing the air, doing what you got to do to help yourself, which is really good. And the 5 of Rods. So I'm feeling a little bit of competition. Now, whether it's there or it's not there, sometimes we do that to ourselves by overthinking things and you know, thinking, oh, maybe you have a job and you want a little bit more money or a raise, so you're trying to make yourself more noticed than the others, that sort of thing. So you're going along, you're doing all right. You're just, you know, feeling some sort of competition, whether it is there or it isn't. It's the pressure that you're putting on yourself. So, you know, it's a necessary part of life sometimes. So just be careful, you know, try not to over worry yourself. And the 5 of Swords. So most definitely feeling that competition. Trying to clear the air, stand your ground, you know, get people to, you know, trying to take advantage of you, that sort of thing. You've had to put some people in their place here. You've had to definitely make your decisions and make them listen to it. You know, if you're dealing with an employee or another fellow worker, in some cases, sometimes you have to tell them, I'm not doing this. It's your job, that sort of thing. And the Sun. So there you go. Your health is returning. You're feeling a little more optimistic after you've had this talk and doing what you need to do, because it will run you down when you worry about things. You know, always feeling like you have to be on guard all the time. It's never pleasant. So, but this is turning out to be quite a good card for you. You know, you're getting, like I said, you're feeling more optimistic. You're, you know, gotten a little bit good news. You know, you're starting to have your health back, and you're starting to realize that, you know what, I can do this. I can do this. And so you're lightening yourself up as well. And the 8 of Cups. So definitely making some decision in your life of which way you want to go, what you're going to accept. You've put a lot of effort into whether it's a relationship or a job or a friendship, and you've, you know, done a lot. You've done above and beyond, and now you're realizing, how much more am I willing to give? Do I call this stop and, you know, release this whole thing in my life? You know, like I said, whether it's a relationship or a friendship or a business, in some cases even a home you leave, you know, but you're thinking it over seriously. You know, the grass might be greener on the other side. You know, or do I stay, keep putting into it, and at the end, am I going to be happy? And that is a heavy decision. And Judgment. So most definitely making some big decisions for yourself this week going forward. And you know, you've been making this decision for a while. It's been weighing on you for quite some time, and you're realizing now that it's time. I need to deal with this. I need to say my piece. I need to, let those friends or family or whoever it is go, because when I get around them, it just crushes me. So I'm not happy. And you want to be happy and healthy mentally as well as physically. So you're willing to not take that from anybody anymore and move forward into a place where you're comfortable and happy. And the King of Wands. So very caring, loving, sharing, likes very good, motivated, likes to see things moving ahead. And this could be you yourself. You're very charged and motivated this week. You've picked your path and you want to go forward on it, and you want to see it, grow, happy, contentment in your life. You've picked that path, you're headed at it, you'll succeed. And the Knight of Cups. So very nice. Very nice. So a little short trip coming around the corner for some of yous. Usually this is a trip by boat of some sort, but that could be a dinghy in a park. Some of those parks have those little boats that you pedal, sort of thing. You're just having a good time. Somebody's going to ask you, would you like to go and give this a whirl, or would you like to go out for coffee, that sort of thing, and you're quite happy. You're getting that invitation to, a new beginning in your life. Could be somebody in your life coming in that turns into be a very good friend that, will last for many years to come. All right, I am shuffling and going to deal you an Angel Oracle card. All right. You are confused and indecisive because you do not have enough information. Do research or seek expert advice before making a decision. Well, there you go. So you're talking it over with somebody this week. All right, Leo, and on that hand, I will say goodbye for now, and I will talk to you again next week. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and bye for now.